How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Superman and Lois Season 4, Episode 3, titled Always My Hero. Oh, duh. So, the there is a lot of fallout this episode. Um, so a good portion of that. Let's start with something lighthearted, right? A good portion of this episode is a flashback to Clark and Lois telling the general um so they're telling Sam about Clark being Superman, right? And then uh it leads into Clark wanting to ask for Sam's blessing to marry Lois, uh, just as like a we know Clark was probably raised really old fashioned, so like it's not that obviously people don't do that now for the most part. But it's a thing that some still do in certain areas and whatnot. And Sam does not agree, uh, mostly because he views Clark and Lois's relationship to be similar to his relationship with his wife, and we know that didn't turn out well. We haven't seen Lois's mother like at all. I don't even remember if she's dead or not. Let's look it up. Do. Nope, she's gone. So yeah, his wife left. Now, in the flashback, the day of the wedding, Sam hears Clark talking to his mother, where his mom was just like super supportive, fully on board, and all of this, and it like gets him thinking. He's like that maybe it's not so bad. So he goes to Lois, right? In her wedding dress, right about to walk down the aisle, and he asks Lois if she's sure. And he explains his side, right? That their relationship is similar to his relationship with his wife, and that Sam and Clark are similar in the same vein that Lois is similar to her mom uh, at points. Obviously, not completely similar. Lois is still in her children's life, whereas Lois's mom is uh, he is not around. But Lois stands her ground, and Sam gives his blessing. Right? Hey, happy ending. We don't see the vows being exchanged though. Hmm, would have been nice. Now, while this is happening, um, Luther is still out for searching for his mom. And during an argument, um, between the boys, Jonathan gets powers. Um, I'm not 100% certain what triggered it. If it was just his rage, or if in his rage-induced state, when he punched the pole, the wooden beam, the blood from his wound getting onto the ship, because he like sort of, but not really, fell onto the ship, and then it just all of his powers manifested all at once. It is it's a doozy. Now, Jonathan seems to just click, right? He instantly has like full control of his powers and just zooms off, right? He goes to like San Francisco at one point. Like, you know, Lois tells her father, who says, who tells her, "Look, whether Jonathan gets trained or not, I'm leaving up to you. I hid it from you with Jordan. I'm not making that mistake again." Hey, character development. Woo! Not really, but like, you know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you, kind of thing. He's like, "Ooh, let's not." Anyway, Lois agrees. Because Jonathan's actually coming from like a good place. His heart is like in the right place and whatnot. So it when they agree, now Sam puts in place security measures. He hires the Irons duo, Natalie and John Henry, and they join the DoD, full access, same as Superman, all the things. He also gets the final vial of serum. And while all of this is happening, Luther finds out that Sam Hat knows the location. Ooh. Um, of his daughter. And so he goes to Jordan to show him a recording from last episode of Lois picking Jonathan when given the choice of only saving one. Lois thought both her boys were in trouble, and it's like Jordan has powers, Jonathan doesn't. Pick Jonathan. You, you really shouldn't be picking favorites with your kids. Now everyone does it. It's just emotions are not logical, right? From a logical perspective, no, don't pick favorites. From an emotional perspective, yeah, you're gonna have a favorite. And Jordan finding this out goes to confront his mom and then runs out. Now he goes home and in the ensuing chaos, Sam gets shot by Jones. I Lieutenant Jonel Jones, played by Warren Abbott. Okay, so Lieutenant Jones accidentally shoots Sam. He confronted Sam first, and when Sam tried to disarm him, he's like, "I'm never gonna give your daughter up. I promised I'd keep her safe." Blah blah blah, all this, hero stuff. And this results in obviously Sam getting shot because you're trying to disarm a guy with a gun, you're gonna get shot. Right? So, like, meh. Yeah, Sam takes the vial that he got from High Castle and injects himself with it to get Superman's blood through his DNA. He then goes out to confront Doomsday. I'm still not sure how I feel about Bizarro becoming Doomsday. It's like you take one Superman rogue and turn him into another. I mean, they're both artificial Kryptonians, so ooh, generally speaking. Obviously, sometimes they have different origins with Doomsday, but hey. So Doomsday snaps General Lade's neck. Right, he Sam walks out, says ceasefire, and walks up and just says goodbye and snap. Now you get uh Jonathan Irons telling Lois, I need to take his body, it's what he wanted, and just flying off. After saying that, Natalie would explain. So Natalie, Lois, and Jonathan go to the farm where they get Jordan, and a recording is played by Natalie of Sam saying goodbye. It is to be noted that tells Lois that she is his North Star. For those of you who don't know, it means she is his guiding light, his like what would Blanca do, right? Um and it's uh, it's a very like heartbreaky but also very heartwarming scene, and um do I like this death? No. Does it make sense for Sam to die so that his heart could go into Clark? Because that's why all this was done. John Henry takes Sam's body to the fortress and has Lara uh, transfer the heart before the serum runs out, which succeeds. Now it's a waiting game, right? And just the hero's ending. Now, is there a way for it to have been avoided? Right? That's always a sticking point with me. No. Unfortunately, they kind of wrote themselves into a corner. Normally, Death of Superman doesn't involve Clark's heart being ripped out. It's just dead, right? So you just then take him to the fortress, dead. It's more comatose than anything. Take him to the fortress. He gets beamed with yellow sun power for a month or whatever, or a week, or however you want to write it off. And boom, Clark's back. Hey, that's it. That's literally it. Sometimes there's a freaky deaky clone of Superman created by Lex to play hero for some reason. I never understood that aspect that is sometimes written, but hey, I mean, That's essentially what Bizarro was originally intended to be, I think. That's a discussion for another day. They wrote themselves into a corner by having Doomsday rip out Superman's heart. Superman can't regenerate. He can recover. He can heal what is broken. He cannot grow an organ, right? Not without like the intervention of like death from Death of the Endless or some other, conceptual being of the universe. It's a bit much. But the episode does end with Clark waking up. Sort of. He's got like these weird like lines on his head and stuff. That might just be a side effect of him dying or something. You never know these things. Now, am I happy Sam died? No. Am I okay with it? They wrote themselves into a corner. I don't have a choice. Right. Do I wish Sam didn't die? Yeah, 100%. I'm not a fan of characters dying for but I mean, what can you do, right? The episode was at least good, right? Like Lex just coming in and being like, "Here, have a bomb of a factoid. Your mother doesn't love you as much as your brother." Just like, "Oh, whether true or not, ouch." Um I the camera's flipping. That's funny. I don't know if you guys can see that in the video, but it's at least flickering for me. That might be my screen. I don't know. Anyway, it's a thing and a half. Ooh, this episode was good. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought. I've been rambling. Tell me what you guys thought in the comment section down below. That's gonna be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright. Ooh wee.